What's up, everyone? Riley here, and welcome back to the latest segment of Overkill Reviews, BangerTV's weekly heavy metal review show. If you haven't already, make sure to give us a like, give us a subscribe, and check out that dang Patreon. Today, we're going to be talking about a blackened death metal band that's definitely melodic in their own right.
We lost our way towards utopia. Instead evolved into a dystopian nightmare, where technological progress gave rise to the indoctrination of the human mind. Within us, the dust of ancient stars, an ancient intellect is denied. Collective don't cry, you cannot run. We all fear Rule 101.
This is The Spirit with their latest full-length Songs Against Humanity. It's out October 25th, 2024 via AOP Records. Formed in 2015, The Spirit hails from Germany. They are our two main members, Manuel, who is our drummer, and Matthias, who is our everything else guy. They've had some fleeting membership in the past from a previous guitarist and bassist who mysteriously were known as AT and AK. They now have some live support as well, but they aren't officially patched in as members of the band. They've had 3 full lengths prior to this release. The one that I really dug was Sounds from the Vortex in 2017. It sounded like a little softened baby dissection. So let's figure out if this one sounds like that too. One of the things that I picked up on this band years ago was they seem to incorporate so many different sounds from different projects that I've liked that have happened before in the past. And it's familiar to me. And they've done it again. So when the album cracks in with the song Against Humanity, the riff that takes hold at about 1:10 with that pairing of harsh vocals is such a little Saarbrücken dissection era riff. And for me, those harks back to the 90s black metal, even though it's something that isn't, is what's catching my eye, you know? It's what's getting me going. So we know there's this dissection worship, but what now? So then we're hopping into a track called Cosmic Rain and Human Dust. And at about the 2:50 mark, there's a really kind of later staged death sort of riff happening that is now ticking that box of proggy death metal. And then again, we fart right back into the black metal side of things at about the 3:45 mark. This riff in particular I really like because the harmonies in there just give it so much more depth, and it's really, really pretty.
Cosmic rain and human dust.
So now we're going to skip forward a little bit and we say hello to this very thrashy gallop riff at the 1:40 mark, Inspectors of Terror. I don't know what that was about. It's giving Battle Cross. And there's a really clean toned theatric guitar solo in that song as well that I could have really lived without. But it's just another change. So as the spirit is hopping back and forth between styling pieces within tracks, it feels like they're carrying two gun holsters, one on each hip, and they're drawing both for each, just firing back and forth between the two. It's like death, dissection, death, dissection, death, dissection, and we're flipping back and forth. And it's that's really keeping you on your toes. If I think of the spirit and they just tried to pick one of those options, I think the whole level of enticement that they've got out of me, and arousement, and that level of fascination where I'm kind of curious with what they're going to do, it would just be gone. So like all things in life, the good things get balanced out by the bad sometimes. You know what I mean? And where I find there is strength within harnessing these two different things and fusing them together, I also find it a little bit problematic. Why, you say? Because it's all been done before. So not only has it been done before by other bands, because those are the sounds and characteristics that I'm picking up on, but it's also been done by the spirit, because every single album they've ever put out, I've gone, cool, little dissection, and then it's the same the next time, and the next time, and the next time. So this record is just what I suppose I already saw coming and how I anticipated it to be, considering their discography that they've already put out. And most of the time when I get excited about something new or different that they'd throw in there, it would kind of fade pretty quick, because most of the time it's either not an original idea or we've heard them do it before and it just didn't really jazz it up. And tracks like Spectres of Terror felt like the songs that they tried to take and make an obvious attempt for differentiation within the album. But that random skew of sort of showbiz and mainstream sound with the cleanliness of production was weird for me. And again, just didn't end up being anything new or interesting. So the first three songs of this record are cool, bouncing, fun, all over the place. Tempos, dimensions, I was really into it. Track 4, Spectres of Terror, again, a little weird for me, man. And that felt like the turning point in the album, maybe for the worse. It felt like we just kind of got tired after that point. Death and Salvation, Nothingness Forever, and Orbiting Soul 4 all felt very similar to me in formatting, and where and how they tried to switch things up, and especially within the tempo. It was like the more depressing side of the record, except it actually bummed me out and I lost momentum instead of being in a good depression where I'm feeling it emotionally. I wasn't really feeling anything at all anymore. The main riff in the major melody of Nothingness Forever, which comes and shows itself really at the 140 mark, is an almost replica of their song Cross the Bridge to Eternity that came out on Sound of Vortex in 2017. Like, you already wrote that song, you silly gooses. Why are you doing it again?
The age of life and decline, eternity belongs to the night. The last white dwarf extinguished, even the ancient ones have to die what's remained. Towards my destination, guided by esoteric thoughts.
But to be fair, there is a very pretty and very melancholic, depressing break in the middle of Orbiting Soul 4, which is necessary for any album closer. So at least I got that. By this point in the game, they were predictable. And I knew exactly what they were going to deliver, and that's exactly what they did. But sometimes I need that too. I don't need to be shocked. I don't need the shock factor all the time. A melodic black metal album with some death metal incorporations and an overall more digestible approach to the subgenre. And I know I'm going to have lyrical content about like impending doom and madness and the outer world. And I'm going to hear sounds that I enjoy from bands like Defection, even Big Time on the Fulcondra, and proggier tiddly bits like Death. And if that's what I'm after, because I really do genuinely enjoy those things, I know exactly where I'm going to find it and when I'm going to find it. So it's maybe a little predictable, maybe a little bit done before. However, every single piece, separate to if there's a level of originality to it, or if it's different, or if it's new, I love it. I love those sounds. Those are stuff that I seek out naturally. It's things that I enjoy, and I have no beef with seeing inspiration from other bands come forward in somebody else's art, because that's inspiration doing as inspiration should. So it's nothing new, and sometimes that's okay. Man, it's all right. So I'm going to be giving it a 4 out of 5 skulls today on Overkill Reviews. Shoutouts. So first, I have Weep. This is a One Folks blackened shoegaze project and their first full-length record that's called The Constant Strain of Life. It's out October 25th, 2024. They hail from Minnesota. You want to get sad? This is the record. And it's cool because it's got a really, really low-end sound, and it's structurally comprehensive. You know, it sounded like the most depressed Midwest emo I've ever heard in my life, except at some bits, the drums are so hard and sick that it really lifts up the weight from the sadness. Just listen to it, and you're gonna see exactly what I mean. Number 2, hailing from God's own country, and I can say that now because I'm a Yorkshire lass myself. We have the crossover thrash band Pest Control. They hail from Leeds. They've got an EP out on October 25th called Year of the Pest. There's a lot of really sick guitar harmonies on this record. The snare absolutely rules, and I'm obsessed with their vocalist Leah, but that's probably besides the point. It's just a fun, fast, hard record altogether. And last, but certainly not least, I have the Dutch death metalers Burial Remains with their third full-length out October 25th, 2024 via Raw Skull Records. It's just some good guttural, hardcore death metal for your soul. So make sure to listen to that as well. Thanks for coming to hang out with me, and I will see you next time. Cheers.